Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 312 Norway Street here in Silverton. We're located in the front yard. We're just about 3 feet from the curb. We're going through the secondary clean out here. It's actually directional, but I was able to put a string on the end of the camera and bend it back the other way. I'm not able to find a clean out right up by the foundation. So we're going to scope this one back towards the house here. You can see we still have a little bit of water running. We'll try and get all that drained out of here by the time we reel back. And then we'll, once we scope back to the house, we'll turn around and scope the rest of the way out to the street here. But it starts out, the clean out here is 30-34 PVC pipe. That should be pretty much all that going out to the road. Going back towards the house here, we have original cast iron pipe. Now here we go. And we're going to leave the water turned off so we can actually see going back the other way, but you can see here we do have some water running. At some point here you may see a string sitting in front of the camera. That was just the string I used to bend the camera head. We do have a belly there in the line. Again, I know the dishwasher is running inside, but at this point here we don't have any water currently draining down line here. This is standing water in the pipe. And a fair amount of it. We've got varying degrees of standing water, but from about the very time we put the camera in the line here, we've got bellies in the line. And unfortunately, you usually can't just start spot repairing little tiny bits of it. You have to, in order to get slope and grade back to line, you generally have to redo an entire section of pipe here. But you can see that the standing water starts right here at the base of the stack at 38 feet. And this right here is the end of the line. If I go up this pipe here, it'll start going up the roof vent. Hey, what I'm going to do here is we're going to introduce water to the line and let it drain out completely. That way, in case the camera slosh any water out of the belly, we'll have our most accurate view of how much standing water is in here. Okay, right here at about 34 feet going back towards the home, this is where the standing water starts. I'm going to try and locate this. This is probably inside the home still. Okay, I've attempted to locate the camera head here. We're either still inside the crawl or just outside the home underneath the large bush on the left side of the house. So we're going to reel out here a little bit.
Looked like there was a big
You're right around 20 feet here. This is where the significant portion of the belly here starts to dissipate out. But from about 20 feet here to 34 feet, we've got about 2 inches of standing water in the line. Okay, we're back here at about 28 feet. This is just, so the line does come out the left side of the house if you're looking at the front of it from the street. And then turns to come up towards the roadway. Right now we're just about to pass underneath the large bush on the left side of the house, and from that point I can't locate anymore as it turns and goes into the house from that point. So For about 28 feet to 34 feet there, you very likely have to remove that bush to get to the line, it looks like. But I can't locate past that point. But there at 28 feet, we're at 1 feet 2 inches deep, and then at about 24, we're at 1 foot 7 inches deep. And here at about, we have really minimal standing water here. I mean, we're talking 30 seconds of an inch. It's not even spanning the whole width of the flow line. But we have consistent standing water from here at about 13 feet. Even though it's very minimal, you generally cannot correct a belly without fixing all of the standing water, no matter how minimal it is. So I'm going to put a marking right here, a white X from this point back to at least 28 feet, if not to 34 feet. There may be some reconfiguration that has to happen here due to the shallow depth of the line. Okay, we're in the middle of the little sidewalk or walking path in front of the house. Put a little white X there. We're about 1 feet 8 inches deep at that point. And again, that's where it appears that pretty much all the standing water starts at, and that's going back towards the home. And we are just about back at the clean out here. From that 13-foot mark back to the clean out, everything's draining out properly, so you may actually be able to do a spot repair. It's the depths, though, that may require more than a spot repair to be done. We're now going to reverse direction and scope back out to the street. Okay, again, we just scoped from the clean out back towards the home there, and our paint markings, you can see it on the ground right in the sidewalk. From that point, 13 feet to at least 28 feet, I recommend regrading the line. And here at about 6 feet, we have reached the main lateral connection here. From the clean out, it's all 30-34 PVC pipe. We're going to look at this joint here in just a second. It looks like it's somewhat separated. And this joint here is showing about a ½ inch or so of separation. It looks like there's still Fernco holding it together. That's slipped a fair amount there. And right here we're 2 feet 7 inches deeper, about 6 inches or so shy of the sidewalk area, or the street curb underneath the grass. Because of the amount of separation here, I'm inclined to recommend a spot repair on that. It looks like there's still Fernco around, as best I can tell here, but anytime a joint's separated that much, I've got to recommend a spot repair on it, because it may be done moving from now until the end of time. That might be something that's going to shift more over time and open up to the ground. I also located there just to get a depth idea for the belly repair. We're at 2 feet 7 inches deep, in case the repair has to go beyond that sidewalk area. But I do recommend a spot repair here. This is the least concerning of the issues, and this may actually be a city responsibility here. There's a very good chance of that. So I would look into that. Usually when you have a secondary or a clean out this far, usually from this point out to the street, or the main, is usually a city problem. So double check that, look into it. That may be entirely a city issue. And at this point, it is not affecting the functionality of the line, or flow anyway. So right now, I would recommend the belly be repaired. Again, from 13 feet going back towards the home, from 13 feet to 28 feet, we've got a consistent, about at least 2 inches of standing water there, possibly slightly more once you're in the deepest part of the belly. I generally see regular old toilet paper collecting lines once you have at least 5 feet of pipe with at least an inch of water. This one's got at least 2 inches and about double, triple that size there. So I recommend it be repaired. I also recommend a rescope after which to check the repair work, make sure it looks good. A lot of these bellies happen at the time of installation. Aside from that, the rest of the pipe, and we have this separated joint here, leading at about just barely 2 feet from this clean out. That one you'd want to contact the city about. Most concerning issue here, though, is that belly.